What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I am your host, Comedian 96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men, and welcome to Black Friday. Before we get into our topic for today, I need everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe. Click on the like button. If you're on Twitter, follow us at 52 Scott Podcast, and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. And hello, and welcome back to another edition of Black Friday. Today's topic, we're going to talk about black businesses. The wants versus the needs. What I mean by that, the wants versus the needs, is a lot of businesses, especially some black and some other nationalities, they love to run businesses that are not really a necessity. Not saying that they're not good businesses. It's just that if you're a first-time business owner, and this is just my opinion, and from my experiences that I've had, a first-time business owner, such as myself, I had a roadside assistance company, right? So roadside assistance is something that people need. You don't wake up in the morning and expect to get a flat tire. You don't wake up in the morning and expect to lock your keys in the car. It just happens. Stuff like something dealing with your car, death, medical, those are all necessities to me. My daughter, and this is like one of the reasons why I wanted to have this show. My daughter came to me and said, "Dad, hey, I want to sell these cookies as cakes. They like bundt cakes at school. And it costs this much for the oven and this much for the food." And I'm like, okay, you guys, you're looking at the overhead, okay? Now, what I explained to her is, and y'all might laugh when I say this, I said, if you sold bundt cakes at your school, I'm not saying that you wouldn't be successful, but if you sold a basket with tissue, tampons, wipes, and some hand sanitizer, those are necessities that people need, especially women, because a lot of girls, I remember you and we back in the days, girls would come to school and forgot their pads and all that and have to go to the nurse's office. That is a necessity that a woman is going to need every month. I thought it would be a better idea to sell that, and, not thinking it's high school. She said, they're going to laugh at me. I said, yeah, at first, they're going to laugh at you, but they're going to be like, well, you know what? She got a point. So, bundt cakes versus tampons. A need versus a want. Do y'all agree with that logic when it comes to running a business? And how do y'all feel?
I mean, I like the idea of actually selling tampons. I can see it, possibly starting out slow. Mm-hmm. But I can see the big picture and selling it because, like you said, that's something that happens monthly. And depending on the amount of females in that school or whatnot, all of them are going to need it at one point in time throughout the school year.
Exactly.
So that's definitely a want. Would be a want.
That's a need.
Well, it would be both. That's a need. Well, yeah, it'd be a need. Yeah, I'm sorry, it'd be a need.
I'm pretty sure they don't want no period. I'm almost positive they don't want a period, but they do need those tampons.
Now, would the school allow that to happen is the question.
Well, think about it. When we was in school, we had to have the candy people. They sold candy. They sold all kinds of stuff when we was in high school. Plus, they sent home stuff with the kids to sell to us as parents.
Yeah. I think what have to happen is if we're talking about high school kids.
Yeah, high school. My daughter.
I think they would have to know the difference between what they want and what they need when it comes to something like that. As far as your daughter and you telling her what to sell, yeah, that's a good product to sell. And like you say, they're going to laugh at her. But what happens is they start noticing the seriousness of it when they don't have it and they need it.
Exactly, and that's the point. I told you, and I agree with you. I said she would get laughed at. Just like
I think the kids that'll be purchasing will also get teased. if they seeing a child buying a tampon, they go get rid of kids because you know how cruel kids are.
Maybe
they cruel, right?
Maybe the man to the woman, but not the woman to the man.
I think that, man. Yeah,
woman to the woman.
Yeah, when you're looking at it from the standpoint of, hey, tampons is something that they would actually need. The young ladies would actually need, but I'm not saying that it can't happen. But I think that most high school girls, I think that they are responsible when it comes to that part to keeping at least one in their purse. And so the chances of them starting their cycle and they not knowing that it's coming, because usually these young girls, they cycle like clockwork.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying that it can't happen, but when it comes to stuff like that, I think that they are already prepared. I think that they keep that stuff in their purse. So I think that the sale won't be, although that's needed, I don't think that it'll sell much in the schools. Now, when it comes to the bundt cakes and buying the cakes, look at it from this standpoint. How often do we know old folks, adults, that's always getting stuff that they want over stuff that they need?
Right.
You got people that won't pay a bill just because they want something over here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can hold these people off.
That's true.
Because I want this right here.
Right.
Definitely
You got
true.
people that want certain vehicles that they know that, hey, man, the maintenance on this vehicle going to cost you.
Right.
Or I don't have, you may seem like you can work this out, but you really stretching your money thin.
Trying
to get this vehicle. So people are more apt to get what they want.
Right.
Rather than
versus what they need. It's crazy, but the mindset of people, they'd be more apt to get what they want, man.
So that makes me want to think. It makes me think that now needs is set aside for I guess call it a want need. A want need is a car. So you need a car, but you get one that you want. Because you do need a car.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
necessarily.
Right? So you could
you don't need one.
You don't need a car. I'm going to tell you why.
It would depend on you.
There are people who don't know how to drive.
Right.
True.
They may so they get around on public transportation
or Uber.
Yeah, so you got people who get motion sickness. You got people who actually just fearful of driving.
And they get car
That's
sick.
true. That's true.
The motion sickness. Yeah.
So let's talk about people that are starting businesses. And they let's give you a good example. Remember, I told you I had a roadside assistance company, right? And people unlock their cars, tire changes, gas delivery, jump starts. Those are necessities. You wake up in the morning, it's cold outside. Now it's freezing. Your car's freezing. You can't stop. You need to jump. You call me. That's something. That's a necessity that I think. Not that I think I know that everybody would need, right? You wouldn't buy a membership to a bundt cake factory versus a membership to a roadside assistance club. That's the difference between a want and a need.
Yeah.
However, I have a friend that sold birds, not birds like the drug bird. He actually sold tropical birds, exotic birds, right? With his business, I will say this: he didn't make money constantly. However, when he sold his tropical birds, because he had African grays, he had parakeets, different colors, he made money in bulk, it wasn't consistent, but it was bulk money. To me, that's more of a side hustle than a business, because it's like he was selling to vendors. So he could make, in that one day, upwards of $5,000 to $10,000 on one sale, but then not make any money for another 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Till the birds mate and he grows them and feeds them and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lucrative business because the birds are expensive. So all he needs to do is make one sale and shit. He could possibly.
That's how he was.
And he needs to be proactive on mating those birds.
No,
I
he was.
think
He
would
is.
keep
He
them.
was. He was. He
Yeah.
was. I mean, he still is. I don't think he sells birds anymore. We went to something else. But I thought that was a bit. But to me, because of how often he made the money, and again, a bird's are a want. They're not a need. You don't
That's
need
true.
a bird.
Right.
But there's so many people that like exotic pets that he made a lot of money selling those exotic birds. But I just think the upkeep of it, feeding all those birds, he had a bedroom just full of nothing but birds.
Shit,
Different
I tell-
types of, and he had the shelves on the wall, and he had set up neat. It was nice and neat, but
I
other than
know.
the feathers, but
It's some birds you ain't got to feed.
what?
Some birds you ain't got to feed.
Nah.
I'm trying to tell you. You got some birds out here you ain't got to feed. They don't want no food. You just pick up the bird and drop the bird off. It's some birds out here.
Okay, well, we're not talking about those birds. These are the tropical ones we were talking about.
I'm talking about a ghetto bird.
Yeah.
They don't want no food sometimes. They
So-
want something else. They don't want no food. You ain't got to feed them.
Other than those birds, man, for you business owners, okay, can y'all think of a business that is a want, not a need, not a car, not medical, not dental, not none of that. That's a need that's successful, right? Not a need, a want that's successful.
Jury shop.
That's a good one, jewelry. But I think you gotta have a name because not every jewelry shop is successful.
Well, you got a couple of name brand ones, that I'm familiar with.
You got
There's tons of them.
yeah.
I'm not gonna-
The only one I know is Johnny.
So,
Go ahead, Credit G.
say it again. A business that's a what?
That's
a
a
want.
want, not a need, but a want.
Okay, here you go.
He said jewelry.
I
That's
got
the-
one better than that.
What's that?
Prostitution. Yeah.
You need some sex, so
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's a want.
That's a want.
man.
Yeah.
well, I don't want
Yeah,
no
what?
prostitute, but
No,
damn,
you want some pussy though.
yeah, but I need it. No, I need.
Here's the thing.
know.
Here's the thing. You know those brothels in Vegas,
Not really,
like
but go
the chicken ranch, the Mustang Ranch.
Oh, I seen a movie on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those brothels, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a business, and people want sex.
You know what?
People want it.
It's not a need. It's,
It's not
definitely
a need.
a want.
I don't know.
You just feel like you need it.
Okay. Can each of you sit here and say you do not need sex? Because I need sex. I ain't finna sit in there.
I'm not gonna say that.
I don't need it, but I want it
Look, check it out.
quite often.
Check it out. Let's
That
keep,
becomes a need.
let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
Well,
Right?
go ahead.
Why do we have sex? What's the ultimate goal in sex? If you're not trying to make a child.
Bust that big one.
Okay.
They gotta be big.
Oh,
shit.
I'll be
okay.
pissed.
So it's a feeling, right?
It's a feeling,
Okay.
and I need that feeling.
Okay. Have you ever gotten that feeling when you were by yourself with no woman around?
Yo, really? You gonna point me out?
No. Have you ever, Comedian 96, ever got that feeling when you were by yourself and no woman was around?
Slash answer that. Yes.
You're gonna have to start taking responsibility for the
So-
questions they ask you.
So you said yes, Comedian 96.
That was fine. You
So,
snitching?
so if you got that feeling by yourself when there was no woman around,
Did you need that or did you want that?
you got what you wanted.
I needed it because the tingle wouldn't go away. I needed to bust it, right? All of us need to. See, y'all don't want to admit to it.
You want it.
Okay.
You want it.
But I get what you're saying. So, okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying that, and sex is just.
I'm
a drive.
saying
It's just a drive.
I'm saying prostitution
It is a want. Okay.
is a business. Is
It
a
is.
business
It is.
that's a want.
So you named
And not
jewelry
a
and
need.
prostitution. Okay.
I just named prostitution.
You just named prostitution. So
slash name jury.
Jewelry store.
Jewelry
That's-
store.
that's-
Okay, so we're gonna go away from the prostitution because that's only the obvious. That's want and need. I think the world will agree that's a want and a
There's
need.
no need for it.
There's no need for it. It's unless you listen, man. If you just want to make a kid, and everybody don't want children, the only need for sex is to make a kid.
Okay, all right, Mr. Know-it-all. Let's go back to your jewelry. All right, let's go back to your jewelry. Again, I think that will be
That's a want.
That's a one.
that's a want,
Yeah.
but it's more word of mouth. And I don't think every jeweler will be they will be successful.
No, I don't think so either. But in general, jewelry is just a want. Anytime, it's never gonna be a need for jewelry. I don't think.
Right. So, can you guys agree with this? If all of us open a vendor, north for me, south for K Money, east for Freddie G, and west for Slash, and we sold water, could we be successful? Just water, bottles of water.
Yeah, because people need water.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make, Freddie G. Other than your sexology stuff.
You asked a question in regards to a business that's a want.
Right.
And I said sex. Now, water, you need it to survive. You need water.
No one's going to agree that you need sex. Okay. All right. Whatever. I'm not going to go into that.
What
You
makes it a need?
you already confirmed that you can get that feeling by yourself.
Yeah.
What? That was Slash, first of all.
Now, it wasn't.
Okay.
Stop, man.
He said stop.
Hold yourself accountable for this shit, man.
Okay. How about Slash? You are a musician. Music. Is that a want or a need?
For me, it's a need.
Okay. K Money, music, want or need?
It's a want.
Okay. It's a need,
It's a need.
for Slash.
Except for him.
It's K Money, it's a want. But my sex can't be a need. Y'all all say want. Let's get. And then Freddie G, music.
I say music is a want.
A want. So 2 wants and a need.
But that-
3 wants, because it's a want.
So, but look at, I can't speak for Slash,
Right.
but if I had to guess, Slash, in regards to music, is totally different from all 3 of us.
True.
Because
He's a
not to put your business out there,
Right.
but that's income earning
Right.
for him.
Well, and not just that.
And that's
On a personal level,
this.
why I say that it's a need.
Uh-huh.
Because I've been doing it so long, to whereas when I'm away from it, it changes who I am.
You are.
So I need it to come back to reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If I'm not around it, because honestly, I told somebody yesterday, man, everything else besides music fucks me up. Period. I don't give a damn how good or bad it is. It all fucks me up. If it ain't got no music involved, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Slash. I just want to fight. Really, music is a need for me. I just
Yeah.
want to agree. So it's 2 and 2. Really, music. I need music. I don't know what I would do without
I
music.
think
I'm gonna be honest.
Worldly music is a need. You look at the commercials, they got what? Music.
Music. Yep.
You look at the movies, they got music. People need music. Music, business wise, is a need.
Yep.
There are actual sites that you can go on and become a member and have your music chosen for commercial
Score.
scoring. And so there is a need for music on some of these social media sites where people need music because they're going to use it for something, So business wise, music is a need.
Yes.
If it's not business and it's just personal, you want to hear a certain type of music. So want and need, I think music is.
Okay. I agree with that. And with that, I just want to let the people know to, whenever you're trying to choose a business or wanting to start a business, I would always suggest that try to find a business that everyone is going to need, or like I said, if it's anything medical related or anything that people tissue, selling tissue, anything that is a necessity to people, to me will always be successful. And that's why with the roadside assistance, I got to be the first person to ever go out of business for having too much business, because too many people needed roadside assistance. And with roadside assistance, your name is everything. So with that, let's go into our black fact you can't take back. Our black fact is the first black business, which is called E.E. Ward Moving and Storage. E.E. Ward Moving and Storage was founded in 1881 by William and John T. Ward. It was an Ohio-based moving company, which is moving is something people need. Everybody moves. It's based based out of Columbia. It's a moving company. It's the oldest continuously owned company in the United States. It started as a 2-horse and buggy operation that helped deliver runaway slaves to freedom as part of the Underground Railroad. So shout out to E.E. Ward Moving and Storage, and they are in existence still to this day. With that'll be our Black Fact. Peace. This concludes our show for Black Friday, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, also on Facebook and Instagram at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't done so on YouTube.